Hello everyone, Vito's back with another deck review. This is the Phoenix Vaudeville deck. This is by no means a new deck. I just happened to get it right now. I figured I got, all the other Phoenix decks. I got all the other decks that Cardstock sells, except for, Gaffy decks and gimmick decks. So I might as well get this one, just to kind of complete the collection. This is not even the box, by the way. This is just a slip thing that says Phoenix Vaudeville deck on the top, Phoenix playing cards on the bottom, and you see a devil himself. And the rest is just kind of standard. It does have instructions on the inside, information. The rest is just a standard Phoenix tuck case. Phoenix on top, Phoenix back playing cards on the bottom with the Phoenix on there. Finest poker playing cards on one side, and the other side Phoenix Poker Deck on top, and at the bottom it says, designed by Cardstock Germany, printed in Europe. This is not a USB-C deck like the other Phoenix backs. And in the back, you see the back design, which is very similar to an Aladdin deck, by the way, except for the Phoenixes in the center. No seal. This has the same stuff, by the way. Some trademark stuff on the flap and cardstock. I'm going to put that aside. The tuck case itself, I don't know if you can tell. I'll try to show you. But it does have a bit of a dirty look to it, which fits. You don't see it from a distance, though, really, but it's there. It's a bit of a dirtiness to it. This deck, the Vaudeville deck, is basically a vintage type deck. Or it's supposed to look like it anyway. It's kind of like the Series 1800, but unlike the Series 1800, they don't look like they went through hell. Because the Series 1800's got, stains and dirt and all sorts of stuff. But these ones are just a bit dirty. So you see the faces right here, they're not white, they're a bit dirty color. Try to, come on. There you go. That's the face, and the back. It's red, but again, it's a bit of a dirty. It's not bright red. It's a little more dull. You get a blank card, and you do get a double backer as well. The jokers say Joker on the bottom, and kind of like flames, I guess. And you see the Phoenix, and I guess in the corners it's like a footprint or something. You get two identical. The Ace of Spades says Phoenix on top. Traditional edition on the bottom, and finest poker playing cards. Usually it says master edition. This one actually says traditional edition. And you see the spade tip. It's very reminiscent of a bicycle, except there's a phoenix in there instead of a woman. The other aces are also slightly custom, special. I always like that club. It looks really cool. And you can see again that the faces are a bit dirty and whatnot. And then everything else is basically standard, the court cards and the number cards. Now, this deck also happens to be marked. So I can tell you what any card is, if I wanted to. And I'll show you. I mean, the jokers aren't marked, so don't worry about that. Can you see it? Can you see the marking? It's there. It's marked. I'll tell you right now, this is the Ace of Hearts. Oh, sorry, I missed. I'm bad. That was bad. 6 of clubs. Jack of hearts. What does that say? 7 of diamonds. 3 of hearts. Queen of clubs. And I can go on and on. I could do this all night. It's so simple. This is how a deck is supposed to be marked. The marking is right in the border, and it basically tells you the number and the letter, so you know exactly what it is, except for the first one, which I misread. Not a big deal. It's not like these other decks. I've seen decks from Legends playing cards, some of their Legends branded decks, some of the Blaine decks, and some of these other decks where you have to look at all these little teeny tiny microscopic lines and dots and try to figure out what the heck the suit is and the value is. Or the NLC decks where you have to look at the corners, see if it's rounded or not to try to determine the suit, what suit, the value. It's just frustrating. I like a deck that, there should not be any guesswork into trying to read a marked deck. It should be right there. I know exactly what it is. I don't have to go, let me see. It's got that many lines, dots over here. No, thank you. Nice and easy. Ace of clubs. I could. King of spades. I love it. I like this marking system. Let's move on. Overall, it's just a fairly standard deck. It is, like I said, it's not white. It's a bit dirty, kind of like the faded bicycle rider backs. Not so much like the Series 1800s. Same idea, I guess, but whatever. It does have an embossed linen type finish. The back design. Oh, wow, what happened there? A little damage to the edge. The back design is what it is. It's just a phoenix back. Fairly standard, but it's nice. It works. They really developed a good brand out of the phoenix deck. That's good for them. I will say, I don't even know if I should rate the back or rate this deck at all because it's just basically a standard deck. Yeah, I'm not going to rate it because it is just basically a standard deck. I will say that I do love the marking system. And considering it's printed in Europe, it actually handles pretty good. It's clumping a little bit right now. But it's not half bad. I mean, it's not USB-C, that's for sure. And I'm not sure why it isn't. Because that's what all their other decks are. But it's fine. And considering it is supposed to be like a vintage type deck, I think it actually is fine. Because you wouldn't expect a vintage deck from the 1800s to handle like a brand new deck. So it clumps a little bit. That's okay. It's old. It's used. I've had this in the family for 100 years, It works. You're not going to do forcing with it or anything, so it's fine. It's a decent stock and finish. You can get these at cardshark.de. That's card-shark.de, I believe it is. I'll post a link in the description. I always post links in the description. It is a little bit pricey. I think it was $19 US or something like that, plus shipping. So it's a little bit pricey, but it's also probably a little bit rarer. They probably haven't produced that many, and I mean, it's nice. It's good for certain effects, certain tricks, and I like it. And I love the marking system. Anyways, that is that. Don't forget to check out collectibleplayingcards.com. I mention it all the time. You get 10% off your order by using the code DJose32. It's my name. It's impossible to forget because you all know it. That is that. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.